Howdy, this is Mackenzie Franklin from SideGameLLC here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Today we're going to be taking a look at Zombicide 2nd Edition, the all-in pledge, and how to best organize it. So first off, before we start, I do want to mention that we're going to be storing the majority of the components in the Zombicide 2nd Edition core box and the reboot box here. So with the actual game, there's not a lot of large boxes to store things in. So these are main two that we're going to be squeezing in. That being said, there is going to be significant lid lift on these, but when combined, they do fit into a calyx shelf very nicely. And I think that they really help with getting gameplay started very quickly. Everything is nice and organized, protected. So this is kind of the way that we do it here. And then on the reboot box, we've got about half an inch of lid lift on this one. So I really like this organization method. Now, in addition, we are going to be keeping the campaign content inside of their respective campaign boxes. So we got the Washington, D.C., and then we have the Fort Hendricks. So you're only going to pull these out when you actually are going for those campaigns. So we figure that it's best to just leave them inside of their respective campaign boxes. So you can just grab them if you decide to play them. So we're mainly focusing on all of the additional content, the stretch goals, the additional miniatures, and how best to organize those in these two core boxes. So I really like this solution, and I hope you guys find it useful and get some ideas from this. Let's go ahead and first start off with the core box here. We lift off the lid, and inside you'll see that we have the rulebook. So we got the extra players, mini rules, the main rulebook. We've got the additional missions from the CMON website. We've got the reboot box rules, daily zombie spawn, Danny Trejo, presidential box. It all fits really nicely on top. Underneath, we've got all the different map tiles. And then we get to the miniatures. So we've got the presidential miniatures resting on top, the two additional kind of single miniatures. And they are really nice because they still remain protected while in these little containers, but they're cut off from that main large one that they took up originally. You've got the different cars in here for the 3D cars. You've got the 12 player dashboards because of the extra player expansion. We've got the main survivors and zombies from the core box. We've got the daily unlock zombies. We've got the stretch goals from the reboot box. More zombies, some abominations in there too. And then we've got some of the stretch goal survivors. And then lastly, we have the main game, the core box zombies that just fill out the bottom here. And that's all going to be in the core box. So let's go ahead and put it back. We've got the core box zombies, the reboot box heroes, survivors. We've got the reboot box zombies and abominations. We've got the daily unlock zombies. And then we've got the core box survivors and zombies and abominations. We've got the 12 player dashboards. We've got the 3D cars. We've got the two extra survivors. And then we've got the presidential expansion here. So that all fits nicely on top and gives us a nice flat surface where we can put our map tiles and our rule books and scenarios. And that all fits super nicely on top like this. So that's the core box. Now let's take a look at the reboot box. Now in the reboot box, we are going to be adding some organizers from the Dollar Tree, because once again, it's about getting gameplay started ASAP. So we've got this toolbox. This is $1 at our local dollar store here, Dollar Tree. You can find this in the hardware section, and it's going to hold all of your player pieces in their own little bag. Toss it to a player, they get their dashboard set up, get your noise tokens. We've got our objective markers here. We got our extra cars. There's some extra dice in there just in case. We've got some of these, it looks like supply caches, zombie spawns. You have all of the markers that are unique. So like the green one and the blue one, because you'll usually be shuffling those in. So it's nice to have them separated so you can make sure you know where they are. And then all of the door markers, so the open and closed doors. So those fit really nicely in the box here. On the left here, you're gonna have all of the survivors from, I believe these are the role-playing survivors. And notice they are cut so that the cards, you're not gonna be putting them there. So not really useful to have that. You got the Danny Trejo models. You've got the abominations. Super creepy. Man, bear, pig. And then you've got the, I forget what these, the urban legend abominations as well. And then we've got a dice tray from Chip Theory Games, and this is going to hold the metal dice. It's going to hold the extra black and white dice. They just fit really nicely. You can hold one of each set, and you don't even need to use the standard ones that come in the base game. So super nice, the Chip Theory Games containers. We got a lot of extra from the Too Many Bones Trove chest, so a lot of extra space there. And then here we have this is a makeup organizer, but it works really nicely for these Mini Americans size cards. This fits all of them super nicely and organizes them well. You can simply just place it down, you lift the top up, and then you pull out the respective decks and you're ready to go. So we've got all of the different mini cards in here, including the items and the spawn cards, all sorts of stuff. And then on the left side, we've got all of the different player cards for the profiles for your survivors. So insane amounts of content here, insane amounts of choice, and I think it's great because it's really easy to just say, pick a guy you like, and then because everything's in this nice organization system, it's easy to find the one you're actually looking for. So that's everything. So let's go ahead and pack it up. So first off, we'll put the cards back in, the Mini American cards in that makeup container. We'll take the dice tray, the abominations, the urban abominations, the Danny Trejo stuff, the extra survivors from the role-playing game, and then the token containers. And then we just close the lid. And that's that. Now I will briefly show you what the Washington DC expansion will look like. So the same, I'm not going to show you the Fort Hendricks because it's organized exactly the same. We simply have one large bag that contains all of the player cards for each of the specific missions. These are all sleeved and in their own separate bags. And then we've just got the dashboards, basically all the components for the different heroes, the survivors, and the stuff ready to go sleeved when you are ready to play it. So these are pretty straightforward, and you can plug and play these as you see fit into the core box when you're ready. So it's easy to integrate them into the storage solution. You can just put them into the reboot box. There's room in the makeup organizer for the small cards, and then you can pull out what you need for the survivor sheets, etc. There is extra room in here. You can definitely put them in this empty area here and this empty area here. So if you are taking it to go or to game night, you can pull it out and fit it easily into these two boxes when you're ready. And that's storing Zombicide 2nd edition all in. If you have any questions about what you saw here, please let me know down in the comments below. I hope some of you found this useful. How are you storing your Zombicide 2nd edition? I'd love to hear any ideas that you have for the game, any comments, anything you'd like to see organized, please let me know. I'd love it if you subscribe to the channel, help us grow. Thanks so much for watching. Side Game Strong.